there again, and a great afternoon to you from here. 97.1 Citizens Voice. And now here are your midday news rounds at 12. The President, Bola Tinubu, signed off on a new deep offshore investment framework designed to attract up to $50 billion in fresh capital into Nigeria's offshore oil sector. The presidency said the framework is designed to create a more predictable investment environment and replace prolonged project by project negotiations with a clearer and more transparent system. The initiative is expected to help revive major offshore oil projects that have remained stalled for years now, while boosting crude oil production, government revenue, and foreign exchange earnings. The federal government also said the reform is part of its broader effort to reposition Nigeria as a competitive destination for global energy investment. Nigeria and the United States have reignited security cooperation with fresh high level talks focusing on crushing terrorism and securing the Gulf of Guinea. You'd recall the engagement last month brought the U.S. Assistant Secretary of State for African Affairs, Frank Garcia, to the federal capital, Territory Abuja, for meetings with Minister of State for Foreign Affairs. Both sides agreed to deepen collaboration on counterterrorism, intelligence sharing, maritime security, and regional stability. The minister highlighted progress through the Nigeria-US Joint Working Group and also said the next round of talks is slated for Washington, D.C. later this month. Lagos State's fight against crime just got a major lift with the donation of 10 operational vehicles worth over 300 million naira. Reports reaching us have it that the gesture is expected to boost rapid response and policing across the state, and it's part of continuing efforts to strengthen the capacity of security agencies in Lagos. The additional vehicles are expected to improve the mobility and response capability of security personnel, particularly in tackling crime and responding to emergencies. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has added the Social Democratic Party, the SDP candidate Francis Olubenga Jala, and his running mate Babajimi Oladipo to the ballot for Saturday's Osun State governorship election. The decision follows a federal high court judgment delivered on July the 22nd, directing INEC to recognize and also publish the candidates' details. With the SDP's inclusion now, 15 political parties will contest the August 15 election. INEC also said it's reproducing the ballot papers and result sheets to reflect the addition, with the new materials expected to arrive in Osun today before being distributed to the 30 local government areas. Meantime, the Osun State Police Command has grilled Senator Francis Fadausi over a viral video in which he allegedly made comments interpreted as a call to violence against opposition supporters, deepening concerns over the security of this weekend governorship election. Fadausi, who represents Osun East Senatorial District, was questioned for about 2 hours at the State Police Command in Osogbo yesterday. The senator has denied calling for the physical killing of opposition members, insisting that the viral video was edited and distorted, and that his remarks were about defeating the Accord Party at the polls. Akwa Ibom State Police Command has reportedly arrested a morgue attendant and another suspect over alleged exhumation of a corpse and theft of its caskets in the state. Now, the suspects are accused of being involved in the disturbing incident, with the police investigating circumstances surrounding the removal of the corpse from its burial site. Reports say the arrests are expected to shed more light on the motive behind the act and whether other individuals may have been involved. Now, let's take you to Rivers State. A first-year student of the Ignatius Ajuru University of Education, Port Harcourt, has reportedly been shot by suspected gang members. on the university campus. The incident occurred barely 48 hours after a reported clash between two rival gang groups at the institution. A viral video circulating online shows the injured student lying on a hospital bed, and another scene being carried by his course mates in the university campus. Reports say the student was rushed to a hospital where doctors are making efforts to remove bullet pellets lodged in his body. Our source said the victim's friends had to contribute money to raise funds for the surgery. However, it could not be independently verified whether the student was a member of any cult group. And in sports, Nigeria Super Falcons lock horns with South Africa's Bayana tonight in a crucial 2027 FIFA Women's World Cup playoff in Casablanca, Morocco, with Nigeria's hopes of maintaining its unbroken record of World Cup appearances hanging in the balance. The match kicks off at 9 p.m. Nigerian time, according to current match listings. Nigeria was forced into the playoff after its quarterfinal exit from the 2026 WAFCON, while South Africa also suffered a quarterfinal defeat. Victory tonight will send the winner into the Interconfederation playoffs, keeping the World Cup dream alive. Former Falcon stars Patience Avery and Kikelomo Ajayi have backed Nigeria to overcome the setback and also to secure qualification. In foreign news, Russia's launched an overnight attack around Ismail, one of Ukraine's largest ports on the Danube, with regional authorities reporting damage and fires at the port's infrastructure. The attack comes amid an intensifying exchange of strikes between Moscow and Kiev, with Ukraine also carrying out major attacks on Russian targets. The escalation is particularly significant because Ismail is a major route for Ukraine's grain export. It follows a major Ukrainian attack on Russia's Novorossiysk port, which reportedly hit naval and port facilities and forced grain terminals to suspend operations, raising concerns over disruption to Black Sea trade. And lastly, Human Rights Watch has called on Afghanistan's Taliban authorities to release 2 UN staff members and 6 NGO workers detained in recent weeks. The United Nations says its 2 staff members were detained in Herat and has not been informed of the charges against them or allowed access to them. This latest detentions have raised fresh concerns about the operating environment for humanitarian organizations in Afghanistan. Human Rights Watch say the situation could threaten UN's ability to provide life-saving assistance, particularly as Afghanistan remains heavily dependent on international aid. Now, those are some of your news rounds at this hour. Thank you for listening. And don't forget to stay connected with us by following Citizens Voice FM on all our social media platforms at Citizens Voice 971 FM for the latest news, your updates, live videos, and of course, exciting contents. Follow, like, share, and be part of the conversation.
97.1 Citizens Voice. Speak up.